Hello everyone, we have a horse racing themed video today. I've made a couple of new purchases. Obviously going to Cheltenham Grand National in a couple of weeks, the Easter Classic over Good Friday, Irish Grand National Easter Monday. Been buying a couple of little things with the little bit of cash that I've got. This is Cheltenham Heroes playing cards. Now, the biggest problem about collecting horse racing stuff, it's very hard to get anything with modern horses on. They don't do a top set, they don't do a panini set. You ain't getting custom sets made anywhere. But I'll track down these Racing TV playing cards from 2019. So obviously nothing from 2020 onwards is in here. But I've separated it out into the best horses for me and other horses. So, thing about playing cards, obviously, is I could get them slabbed up, I could get them graded, I could have them on display in a little case. I'm pretty sure MGC would grade them. So, it's something to bear in mind. There are some good horses in here, but a bit before my time, or horses that I don't have an attachment to. For instance, Alberta's run there, it ran against all the best horses like Kauto and Denman, placing a couple of Gold Cups, won a Ryanair. That's probably the Queen's Barbershop there. But none of these are crazy to me. Sea Pigeon is an all-time great, but obviously way before I was born. I do know most of these. There's a couple that could have made the other section, if I'm honest. Crebensis was a flat horse that went on to win the champion hurdle for Sheikh Mohammed. Cat's going off. See You Then, multiple champion hurdles. Jodami, One Man. He's a quite famous horse, never stayed to Gold Cup trip, dropped back to win a Queen Mother. Seymour Business, Gold Cup winner. He's actually the oldest living Gold Cup winner. I think he's on like 29 or 30 now. But Mr. Mulligan with AP McCoy up. Viking Flagship. The fellow was, I think, the French winner of the Gold Cup. Mini Homer, he won a national. Cause of Causes, these are a little bit more my timeline. Bouverdale, I actually went to see him win a champion hurdle. I didn't go to see him win it. The horse who I wanted to win it came 6th, and I was very, very disappointed. But hey-ho. But these are horses for me. I've got Isterbrack's last champion hurdle ticket. Isterbrack is an all-time great. Dawn Run is the only mare to have ever won the champion hurdle over hurdles over 2 miles. Then step up to 3 mile, 2.5 and win the Gold Cup over fences. No horse has ever done that. The fact she was a filly as well makes it extraordinary. If any of you are, let's say, 30 to 75 and you've read a newspaper in your life, you probably know of Desert Orchid. Azerty was a good 2 miler. If you do the top row of a keyboard, QWERTY and then do the AZ, the second and third row down, that's how they got his name. Quite good. Denman is my wife's favourite. It was always Denman v Kauto Star. They were stable mates, in next door neighbours in the stable. The 2 best chasers of my generation. Kicking King, a couple of funny things about this. He was ruled out of the Gold Cup 5 days before he ran in it injured. He went out to like 1,000 to 1 on Betfair. He ran and won. And also he did the King George. He won the King George, and a knobhead fan ran on dressed as Santa and nearly got in his way, nearly got run over by him. So that was interesting. Brave Inca is from a golden generation of champion hurdlers, 2 mile hurdlers. That'll be Max Joy in behind. But you had a group of them, and they were the best bunch of 2 mile hurdlers you've ever seen. Brave Inca, Max Joy, Archibald, Hardy Eustace. Compared to the 2 mile division these days, it's weak as hell. It was a classic generation. Ingalls Drever, he won multiple world hurdles with a different jockey each time. These colours aren't on the track anymore. Good memories of them. Masterminded came from France. He obliterated the champion chase as a 5-year-old. It's one of the most spine-tingling performances I've ever seen at the track. Barracuda was a French stayer. Moscow Flyer, he was the golden generation of 2 mile chasers. So around the same time as the hurdlers generation, you had him, World Chief, Azertiup, all knocking each other about on different days. It was amazing. This is the horse that cemented my love for horse racing. Best Mate, his third Gold Cup. I watched it. He was held on the rail by Paul Carberry, got out. The Raw at the second last was extraordinary. Became the first horse to win 3 Gold Cups since the legendary Arkle. At that point, I was just a fan, but that day racing, I had Made in Japan in the first at 28-1, and God, I won so much money as a, God, what was I then? 2004, 14-year-old. It was incredible. That's B4 Salmon in the background, an Irish legend. Sprinter Sacra, the third highest chaser of all time. He was actually rated above Kauto and Denman, but he ran over a different trip. He was an absolute machine. Suffered heart problems, fell away, extraordinarily came back, and the video of his champion chase comeback is amazing. I actually backed him on the day to win by over 3 lengths. He was an outsider anyway, like not favourite. I backed him to win by over 3 lengths or over 5 lengths at something like 11-1. And I had it. It was amazing. Great result. Annie Power, the famous horse. Everyone was on the accumulator, Willie Mullins accumulator on the Tuesday. 3 winners had already gone in. She's approaching the last. She's 10-15 lengths clear. She took off too early at the shadow of the hurdle. Fell over. Saved the bookies. Cost me about £2,000. I met the trainer, Willie Mullins, 3 days later on the Friday at Cheltenham. And I just said to him, how's Annie? Because I just wanted her to be okay. I love that horse. She ended up coming back and winning a champion hurdle, so none the worse for the fall. There's Tiger Roll in a cross-country fence. Tiger Roll's claim to fame. Not only did he win so many different races at Cheltenham, the 4-miler, the Triumph, 2 cross-countries, etc., etc., he's the first horse since Red Rum to win 2 Grand Nationals. So a Grand National great. Foheen is the horse that I went to see win the champion hurdle, and Bouverdale won. He came nowhere. Absolutely loved that horse, I must say. Quavega, however you pronounce it. She won 5 mare hurdles. Nope, she won 6 mares hurdles, I think. She took the record from Golden Miller, who won 5 Gold Cups, but the mares hurdle was a joke race made for her. It was a farce, but her son now, Facile Vega, and she's got a new offspring on the block. She could end up being a great brood mare. Big Bucks, he was in the same stable as Kauto and Denman. Problem is, he couldn't jump. He fell in the Hennessy when chasing, so they reverted him back to the smaller obstacles. Bang, unstoppable. He won 4 world hurdles, stayers hurdles, whatever you want to say it. He was the biggest cert you had every year. Put your mortgage on him and he'd win. The horse who broke my heart, Long Run, he defeated Kauto and Denman in the Gold Cup. Sad times. Bobsworth, memories of this regarding my dad. The year before he won the Gold Cup, he won it depends on how you call it, the Browns, the Sun Alliance Chase. It's basically the 3-mile novice. I had him in a treble on the day. I had a good little result, including a photo finish that beat my dad and my wife's horse into second place in a photo finish. So, not a great horse, but good memories. Altior, a bit more modern. He had a massive winning streak of about 17 wins or something, I think it was. Never really took to him. I always wanted him to get beaten, and eventually he did. Vautour is the biggest what if. An absolute breathtaking winner of the Supreme. He then won the 2-mile 4 race. Stunning again. He was sick, didn't make the Gold Cup field. A couple of days before the race, they put him on the boat. He won the Ryanair in extraordinary fashion. I thought, wow, this is the next Kauto star. This is the next absolute machine of horse racing. He suffered a freak injury just on the gallops at probably 7 years old, and that was it. Game over. Had to be put down. I think he could have been an all-time great, and now he's just what if. Hurricane Fly, the most records for Grade 1 races. I think he won something like 21 Grade 1s or something stupid like that. Like, if you have a horse and you win one Grade 1, you would think, wow, I've made it. He won 21 of them. It's obscene. Good flat horse as well. He would have been a good flat horse if he stayed on the flat. Here is the aforementioned Hardy Eustace. Obviously, we've got Hardy Eustace and we've got Brave Inca in here. Archibald never won the champion hurdle. He's famous for coming second to Hardy. Hardy died actually recently, a couple of months back, but iron tough horse, tough as nails. We'll go for this one. This one's a little bit older, probably before I really got into horse racing, but Florida Pearl is one of the first names that I can think in my mind, yeah, that's a horse who I know, before I was madly into it. And then, obviously, this is my favourite horse ever. Kauto Star. He was the champion at 2 mile, 2.5 mile, and 3 miles in the same season. He is the only horse to have won the Gold Cup, lost the Gold Cup, and regained the Gold Cup. And what's even more extraordinary, in my opinion, is that he won 5 King Georges. The only horse who ever won 5 King Georges. Like, to do that, I would say every Boxing Day, but a couple of times it was probably delayed because of rain. To win 5, the last one he came back after being defeated by Long Run. He is just my favourite horse. If you've seen my video about the Graham Short £10 note, he is one of the horses I would like to get the nail of, but he's very popular. I think it will go before I can raise the funds. But regaining the Gold Cup, 5 King Georges, he's just my favourite ever. When the news came through at work that he had died in exercise, I couldn't work the rest of the day. I was in utter shock. Like, that horse meant so much to me. And I've got a search saved on eBay. Notice the snowflakes. There's Long Run. There's Kauto Star. This is a race card. And it's taken a bloody long time to appear on eBay. Where are we? 2 seconds. Here we go. So there's Kauto Star, standout chaser of his generation, seeking a 5th win in this race. Raised the roof when making all to see off Long Run in the Betfair Chase last month. Sure to make his present felt once more. Obviously, beneath him, Long Run rose to the top of the chasing ranks when landing this race in the Cheltenham Gold Cup last season. But Kauto, at the age of 11, he came back and he beat him. He won his 5th King George. This is the race card from the day. And I have acquired the ticket with it. I cannot believe this is like a grail ticket to me. This is, if you're a Messi fan and you want Messi's greatest moment, you're after his World Cup win, you're after his debut. For me, Kauto Star is everything to me in horse racing, and I have his first Gold Cup win, I have his second Gold Cup win, I now have his 5th King George. This is an amazing ticket for me. And while we're on the number 5s, Kauto was great. He won the Gold Cup, he lost the Gold Cup to Denman, he came back and won a Gold Cup. I mentioned old best mate, he won 3 Gold Cups. It's very hard to do. Galopin Deschamps this year has won his 2nd. Next year he's young enough, he might win a 3rd. But I present you with Golden Miller. This is a newspaper cutting from 1936. Golden Miller jumping in the race for the Cheltenham Gold Cup, which he won yesterday for the 5th successive time. He was ridden by E. Williams. It's extraordinary. He won it first as a 5-year-old. He won it 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. He would have won it again. Meeting was cancelled due to snow. He came back as an older horse, came second to a horse with just younger legs. He's also the only horse to win the Gold Cup and the Grand National in the same year. I believe it was 1934 that happened. But this horse, what he did will never be repeated. Even if you took Ballyburn, who looks like the next big thing in the chasing ranks this year, next year he'll go novice chasing. He'll be a 6-year-old. If he then goes to the Gold Cup the year after, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, he'd be winning a Gold Cup at 11. These days, it's very hard for a 10-year-old to win a Gold Cup. Even harder for an 11-year-old to win a Gold Cup. You would probably say he might have 3 in him at maximum. he'd be in his first Gold Cup at 7 years old. Golden Miller running his first Gold Cup as a 5-year-old. Like, different time, yes. But if you want a sporting feat that will never be repeated, I tell you, no horse can ever win 5 Gold Cups again. It is just not possible. A true legend of the turf. With Kauto, a legend of the turf. 5 Gold Cup wins, 5 King George wins. I'm really happy with all these little purchases, and the ticket could get graded. This will probably just stay like this, but I might ask if MGC could slab it just as authentic, and I'll probably get the Kauto and a couple of other cards slabbed up if I do the MGC membership. But really happy with that. Just want to add on to the end of the video, if you use code PompeyBlue now, POMPEYBLUE at collectorfit.com, you can get semi-rigid sleeves, mags, slab strong, anything card supply wise, storage boxes for your semi-rigids, etc. You'll get 10% off. So grab a bargain, grab a discount. If you're a card collector, you know you always need sleeves and semi-rigids and top loaders. Every little helps. But thanks for watching this. I know it's a horse racing video. I know it's a bit niche. This is going to be me, hopefully a bit more now. It's harder to find stuff. I've gave up with sport, like football, stuff like that. It's going to be all Pokemon. It's going to be random collectibles. And it's going to be horse racing. Thank you for watching. See you later and goodbye.